You may well ask. But, truthfully, there have been a couple of previous attempts that didn't come off. I mean, now I have to say I'm sort of grateful that they didn't come off because this is almost the ideal team, for this. I mean, we've got this wonderful director, this cast that is kind of like a dream cast, and I think even the screenplay that I once wrote before, when it was going to be a BBC miniseries, looking back at that screenplay, it's not nearly as good. So I'm actually quite grateful that we waited till now.
Can I ask you a question I'm sure you've been asked before? Yeah. How does it feel to kind of be able to walk on the red carpet after what you've been through in your life?
Oh, no. Well, I mean, it's been a long time now, and I've walked on one or two red carpets. But it's no. I mean, what's special is that it's when it's your own film, it's different. And tonight's extra special because it's the first English audience. The novel was written in London. It was first published in London. So for the film finally to come to London, that's a big moment.
Now in India, the film is going to be released,
yes,
but it's going to be censored, even edited.
Everything has to go through. It's not unusual. There's just every film that gets shown in India has to go through the censor board and get a certificate. So no, I mean I'm hoping that it's not going to be cut. No. But there are some hoops to jump through, which every movie has to jump through.
And can I ask you as well, the film has had mixed reviews. What would you say to someone who might be put off by that? How would you encourage them to see this movie?
I don't give a damn what reviews say. I don't go and see movies based on film critics. What I know is that every time this film's been in front of an audience, the audiences have absolutely loved it, and they're very moved by it, affected by it. That was true at the Telluride Film Festival. It was true at the Toronto Film Festival. It's been true everywhere we've shown the film. And frankly, I'll take the audience over the critics any day.
That makes complete sense. Now, this film is, would you say it's a sort of education for young people who might not be aware of what happens in India at this time?
I don't know. I mean, obviously it's got it's got a historical background, but really it's a story about a family set against that background. And I mean, it's a family story. It's a love story. And I just want people to come out saying it's a good film. So had a good time in the movies. That's all you want.
Now, the London Film Festival, a lot of people say, it's not as big as Venice or Cannes, it never will be. What do you make of all of that?
No, I think, it's a question of, some of those festivals are essentially selling festivals, trade fairs really. I mean, the London Film Festival has always been for movie fans, it's always been it's not so much a trade fair as a festival for people, just members of the public who love movies. And it's always, it's nice to bring a film for that reason, but just to show it for people to enjoy it, just for the public, not for the trade.
Now, a lot of people who, write books, they become films, they usually just, give them off to the film writers, but you play a really big part in this, don't you?
No, I'm completely very hands-on. I mean, I'm an exec producer of it as well as writing the screenplay, and even the voiceover narration in the film is me. So I just thought, with a movie, when you sell a book to the movies, you can either do nothing, take the money, show up at the premiere, or you can do everything. And I thought, given Midnight Children's a really important book for me, I would hate to come to the opening night having done nothing and watch the movie and think, no, I don't think that's at all right. I would hate that. So I thought, okay, this time, get involved, do it all. So I did.
If you, 20 or 30 years ago, and you thought about this time now, did you think you'd be here doing this?
No, it never occurred to me, never remotely occurred to me that the book would even be as successful as it was. I thought, I was a very new writer then, so the fact that the book had the history that it had and the success that it had, that was wonderful, and to get a movie made is just a cherry on top, I think.
Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you.